2 and 3. Let's get it. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Let's go. As the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on. Let's get it. Yup. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation groove from me to you, or from you to me? Let's go. Come on. All right. Hey, it took me a minute, but I'm here, baby. Hey, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Come on.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
If you only knew the power of dark.
You ain't lying.
Let's get it. Sharing is caring, by the way. If you're not sharing, then you're not caring. Yo. Yo. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation? Whoa. Appreciate everybody, man. It took me a minute. Oh, my goodness. It took me a minute to get back to the screen here, man. If you guys only knew what's happening on the back end. But today's show, it's going to be a good one, y'all. It's going to be a real good one. We're going to talk about, the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network. We're going to look at some film if we can. We're going to look at, let me know if the audio's straight, too. Let me know if everything's straight as well. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Salute to my people on the Facebook side, if y'all there. I don't see your comments yet. And this is my, new platform. We're using a different server to stream from, since Restream was just acting all up. Salute to Restream still, right? But this is going to take a few times for me to get it right, so I appreciate y'all. And I can't see my Facebook chat yet, but I know you guys are there. I feel like Diana is there, and Diana, I know you're going to be there. I know Al Kareem is going to be there. Cliff Burnett, I know you're going to be there. So y'all bear with me as we go through these, as we call it, I call it growing pains, right? We call it growing pains all together. And when we get through them all, then we will learn how to, navigate. But I know people came here for the Cowboys content, not necessarily the other side of things, me trying to learn things over here. Appreciate y'all, though. One love to y'all. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. So to make a long story short, my guy, Emmanuel Acho, he calls himself going off on Micah Parsons about his statement. And his statement, what Micah Parsons was making, is that, back off a little bit, Give the same heat, give the same energy that you putting out there to the other teams that lose. give the same, keep that energy, the same. And, I agree with Parsons. I'm not saying that Parsons shouldn't want some of the heat that's given to him when we lose. But what he's saying is just keep the same energy. And Parsons turned into Thanos over here. He Thanos because everybody trying to beat up on the brother now. You got Colin Cowherd. You got, I guess, Skip Bayless. I haven't heard his take yet. But you got all of these people calling out Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I kind of like it, because embracing what we've been saying that the Cowboys should do. Bump them. Because when we win, they say, hey, it haven't been in 27, 28 years. They keep moving the goalposts. We win it. Look, every year, Cowboys won't make it to the playoffs. And then we make it to the playoffs where they won't win a game. We win a game where they won't win another one. Which one was it, Cowboys trash. Then it's crazy because in this division, can somebody put down Rain Dakota Prescott's win-to-loss ratio within the confines of this division? But somehow you got people that will fix their mouth from the Giants community, say, yeah, he's trash. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people from the Washington community, yeah, he's trash. They pile on. And then you got people from the Eagles community, yeah, he's trash, but what is his record versus y'all? And then they would say, well, hey, in 2017, let me get the proper voice vernacular going for y'all. In 2017, my Eagles, they went to the Super Bowl, and we won, and we won, and we are well over here, and we ate horse droppings. That's how they sound, by the way. Yeah, we won, and we so much better than those Cowboys, but we love to hang out on Cowboys channels because we want to let them know that we are the best, and we own y'all. We are better than y'all. That's how they sound, literally, And Jalen, it literally went from Carson Wentz is way better than Dak Prescott. He can throw, he can hit wide receivers, he can throw receivers open. He's so much better. And then it went from Carson Wentz to now it's Jalen Hurts. He's light years ahead of Rain Dakota Prescott. He's so much better, although he never beat Dak Prescott head to head, but he's just better. I just know he is because he went to the Super Bowl, and if you didn't believe it, he laid an egg. That's just how it goes. Let me know if I'm lying. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't lying.
He laid an egg in that game, but he outperformed Pat Mahomes. Dak never done that. Yeah, he never done it. You know what I'm saying? You're right. You know what I'm saying? He outperformed what you want, a cookie,
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Let's go, baby. That's just what it is, baby. Let me know if I'm lying, though. All right, let me know if I'm lying, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know when y'all hear the Safe Room music, y'all know what I'm about to play. Because they would even block out that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm finna play this audio. But I appreciate y'all so much.
Here is my problem with Cowboys players, not exclusively you, Micah Parsons, Cowboys players in general. They do not realize that criticism is the cost of praise. Cowboys, the players whisper about the benefits, and then they yell about the disadvantages. Let me start with my industry, and then I will get to Micah Parsons.
All right, but before he go into that wonderful soliloquy, the 3-ladder network do the exact same thing. They yell and they go out there and they yell about the Cowboys' shortcomings, about the Cowboys' pitfalls. They scoff at us. They spit upon us. They rant on us. They throw fecal matter all over us. They say that us over here, that we supposed to be delusional because we root for our team. We support our team. We are the delusional ones, as they say. They put labels and names on us. They criticize us to the point where they got us fighting each other. that we can't support each other without spitting upon each other because of the split and the divide from the 4-letter and the 3-letter network, because of their influential power, because of their likeness, that so many people tune in to them, that they buy what they selling day in and day out. But there is a neutralizer. There is a guy that's going to give you liberation for the nation, and his name is Law Nation. Baby, if you put me in front of a mic, if you put me in front of anybody with sponsorship, I'm quite sure that nobody can hold a candle up to Law Nation, because I'm going to baptize you with the truth. I'm going to baptize you with the absolute promise that I'm going to deliver, that I'm going to give you right now, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing but the best, because they will shout out your pitfalls. They will shout out your shortcomings, but they will whisper, write this down, your success. As a Dallas Cowboy fan, they will only whisper the good things that we do, and they will tear down without context the bad things that we do. Come on.
Think about the leading voice in football on CBS. Cowboys, Tony Romo. Think about the leading voice on ESPN football. Cowboys, Troy Aikman. Think about one of the leading voices on NBC. Cowboys coach Jason Garrett. Think about one of the leading voices on Fox. Cowboys, Jimmy Johnson and Moose Johnson and Daryl Moose Johnston. Think about one of the leading voices in NFL Network prior to this year. Cowboys, Michael Irvin. That's my industry. Benefits, criticism, the cost of praise. But
hold on. Pump your brakes. Acho, Emmanuel. Are you implying that Troy Aikman is not a good analyst, a good broadcaster, because just because he played for the Cowboys doesn't mean that he's not a good analyst? Just because Tony Romo played for the actual Dallas Cowboys doesn't mean that he don't know what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Just because Daryl Moose Johnson, the big man that he is, the way he deliver plays and the way he call out these things doesn't mean that he's a terrible analyst because he played with the silver and blue. Now, granted, opportunities are opportunities, but let me
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Because that was somebody on the panel. If the panel wasn't biased, right? If the panel itself looked within itself and had somebody like an equalizer or like Law Nation that can tell him, pump the brakes just a little bit. Let me
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
So you mean to tell me that because Michael Irvin played for the silver and blue with the star on the side of his helmet, that he's not a good analyst? And that the only opportunity that he got is because he played with the silver and blue? Bull sugar. Michael Irvin gives great takes. Michael Irvin gives great balanced approach to the game. So do Troy Aikman. So do even Deion Primetime when he was able to be on those networks. So I'm going to tell you, Acho, that the same plate that you telling me and all of the Cowboys world to take food from is the same plate that gave you food, gave you an opportunity to be on those stages. Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't he intern for cover 4 for the Cowboys? And if he wasn't in that spotlight, wouldn't he be out there on the 4-letter, the 3-letter network? Come on.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Lean closer just a little bit. Now, if it wasn't for Marcellus Wiley, didn't he play for the silver and blue? And didn't that give him an opportunity to spit his mind? But isn't he from Columbia University just as well as equipped to go back and forth with anybody? Now, granted, yes, he played for the Cowboys, and yes, we can go back and forth. But let's contextualize it from here. The people that's on your platform, the people that's on your stage, what qualified them to be there? What qualified Joy Taylor to spit out there and sit and say her words? Is it because she got her brother Taylor, what's his name, Jason Taylor, to play in the National Football League? Isn't that why she there, or is she there for her looks? Now, I don't want to take away from things, but if Shady McCoy If he's able to be on that platform, oh, excuse me, he should go to Gracie Corner because he don't have no rhyme or reason of being on that platform. So you can't just look at the Dallas Cowboys and say, well, because they play for the Cowboys, that gives them the ability to have extra chances to be on the national TV. Because I got one thing that I can tell you for certain. Two things for sure. If you ain't good, you won't be able to stay there. If you ain't good, you won't be able to stay there. You won't make the cuts. There's plenty of Cowboy people that didn't make the cut that tried to speak on national TV. But I'm going to give you two superstars. There's one got a gold jacket and one is going to have a gold jacket. Emmitt Smith. Because he played for the silver and blue and the star on the side of his helmet. Was he able to stay there? No. Why? Because he wasn't good.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Also, not just him, but the other guy named Jason Witten. They tried to put hair on his head to make him talk. They tried to put hair on his head to make him look good. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't pan out. Is he still on those 4-letter, 3-letter networks?
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
So no. No. So you can go back and forth saying, well, they only giving his opportunity because they play for the Cowboys. That's bullsugar. That's bullsugar.
But let's go to Micah Parsons' industry, because Micah's a dog. One of the best defensive players in football. One of the best. Hear me when I say that. But is Micah that much better than TJ Watt? Is he that much better than TJ Watt? Is he that much better than Myles Garrett? Micah Parsons is a dog. He will be the highest paid defensive player in the history of football in about a year from now. Shout out David Mulugeta. But is he that much better than TJ and Myles?
Hell yeah, he's that much better. And you can look at it. Michael Gallup, his rookie year. I do it just fine. I can be a part-time rusher. Who was a part-time rusher? And who was a full-time edge rusher? I'll wait, because this little wee-woo sauce that he put up there on the screen, none of that stuff was measured Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? As my guy would say, Boss Cowboy, none of that stuff was measured. Parsons did what TJ Watt was doing as a part-time edge rusher. So those two things are not equivalent as the same. And as you on national TV don't have people with knowledge and information to combat against you. So that wee-woo panel that you're on, they don't have enough nutrients of information to combat with what you said. Come on, man. But let's listen to what else he have to say.
However, we don't talk about Myles Garrett. However, we don't talk about TJ Watt. Remember, Khalil Mack had 6 sacks in one game this year. If Micah Parsons had 6 sacks in a game, we would rename the show. It wouldn't be called Speak anymore. It would be called the Micah Parsons Show.
And that's bull sugar. Because you have the opportunity to spit your mind. So you mean to tell me that the networks say that this dude has 6 sacks, don't worry about that? Let's just brush over it. Are you controlled by the outside forces or the inside forces of that network that you're on? You have a mouth, you have teeth, you have eyes, you see. I want you to bite and spit out the things that you say instead of just trying to wee-woo this thing up and only talk about the mighty Cowboys. I know what it is. The diet of the 4-letter, the 3-letter networks is Big D, and y'all love it to have it in your mouths, because without Big D, y'all won't be able to stand tall. That's just what it is. Y'all love to hate. Y'all love to hate. So why don't you chew on these truths right here? You have every opportunity to talk about Myles Garrett. You have every opportunity to pump up and talk about Khalil Mack. You have every opportunity right now to switch sides and talk about the Lions. Also, you have every opportunity when you're not up under the 3-ladder to 4-ladder networks, when you're tweeting for yourself. And when if the name of the show is Speak for Yourself, damn it, well, won't y'all speak for yourselves? Or should the name of the show say Speak for the Network? Because once on your free time, you can go to your TikTok, you can go to your YouTube page, you can go to your Instagram page and your Facebook page and speak freely. And speak freely on the things that can support your narrative. But you don't. The networks ain't paying you to speak about the Cowboys when it's not time, right? So just say it. You like to have Big D in your mouth. You don't have to lie to us. Just say it. It's on your free time. You can tweet out Khalil Mack. You can tweet out and do independent film analysis. Because if that was the case, if you only focus in on the Cowboys, well, how come Brian Baldinger, when on his free time, he's just not only breaking down film of the Cowboys and breaking it down? How come when we go to his Twitter page, we get a chance to get full analysis of Myles Garrett? We get a chance to see full analysis of TJ Watt. We get a chance to see full analysis of D1 Jones. We get a chance to see full analysis of all 32 tapes. Because Brian Baldinger is not bought. Brian Baldinger is a free man. He's a free guy. So that's why he don't get this type of hate and vitriol from me today. You work for a network and you're chained. You're a paid slave at this point. You are a paid actor. So it means to tell me you got no cojones. You can't stand on your own too. But Brian Baldinger, he get a chance to speak anything that he want. He get to go around and break down any film that he like. He get to go around and find that rookie and break his tape down. He give a chance to go through the tape and point out the good, the bad, and the ugly. And even when he have a narrative about a player, he come back and at least give us some great point, counterpoint stuff. I can't make this stuff up, but neither here nor there. Let's listen to some more idiotic stuff before we get into our conversation today.
Over this, I think. Come on.
Stephen A., what do you make of what Micah had to say there?
I'm not trolling in any way over this. I think, come on, that's my brother, but I mean, come on, man, you can't play for the Dallas Cowboys, the $9 billion franchise,
Talk about it.
the $1 billion playpen, the owner that's more popular than 99% of the players. You're getting more national pub than anything. As great as Micah Parsons is, how far off is Fred Warner from him?
Fred Warner's better at his position than Micah is at his.
What I'm trying to say to you is that we barely talk about it. We might talk about it after the game or the day leading up to a game. But Micah Parsons makes news. Why? Because you're a Dallas Cowboy. You're right. The fact of the matter is you want the shine. Jerry Jones don't run from the shine.
What I'm not going to do, Fred Warner is good at his position. Fred Warner is really good at his position, but he ain't no Micah Parsons. Yes, the Eagles and the 49ers in the last 2 years, I think this is what Colin Cowherd's thoughts right here. Because in the last 10 years, that if you look at the Super Bowls, that both of those teams combined have about 4 Super Bowl appearances. But that doesn't mean just because a player can do things on their particular team, like I had somebody to say this last year, Hassan Reddick, oh, he's better than Parsons. That's not true. The scheme that he played for helps him out. But the actualities, nobody's going to pick Hassan Reddick over Micah Parsons. And the same could be said with Fred Warner. He is great at what he do as it relates to Mike linebacker, middle of the field guy, playing at the highest of the highest at that level. But Micah Parsons is generational different. Fred Warner plays in a scheme that fits him. I'm not saying that Fred Warner can't do this for 31 other teams. But what they need to stop doing is tearing down one to help elevate the other. Don't do that. Both of those guys, all three of those guys. Hassan Reddick is good at what he do. Parson is great at what he do. And my guy Fred Warner is great at what he do.
Jerry Jones don't want from the attention. They say what you want about him, but he knows who he is and he knows what level of attention he brings to the table, and he steps up and says, this is who it is. I embrace it. That's the point. If you're a Dallas Cowboy, you can't be whining and moaning about that. Dak Prescott is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. You haven't measured up to snuff. We know you can play. We know you're not a scrub, but we need you to do better, and you haven't done better. So if I'm coming to that defense, I ain't buying it.
Let me say this, because for all the Cowboys in my DMs and in my comments, and Micah Parsons, who retweeted something I said on Get Up yesterday, you got to understand, you play with that star in your helmet, the expectations are different. They haven't won a Super Bowl since before you were born.
That's right.
Okay? You, Micah Parsons, are a generational talent.
That's correct.
But that does not offset the expectations and the failed expectations that come with your franchise. Like, that is part of the context. Now, that said, the bashing, the name calling of Dak, never, no.
Right.
Some of it, it is below the belt. That
totally.
I do not condone.
Well. When I look here, I do see longer droughts. I do see teams with 49 years of droughts. I see a team with 65 years of droughts. I see a team with 57 years of droughts. I see a team that got 75 years of long suffering. And I get it. I understand. If we can be a hero long enough to become the villain. But we shouldn't be vilified just like these other teams are not being vilified. Because the narrative is the narrative. Stephen A. Smith can have his stance and say what can go wrong will go wrong for the Niners. He could have said, see, I told you it happened. As good as that team is, and at all of the star power that they have, look what happened to them against the Browns. He could have literally said that. But he chosen not to say that. He chose not to say that. That's a better vernacular way to say it. So with my guy Parsons, the young lion that he is, when he said, hey, I just want even analysis. Don't give a dog whether or not Jerry Jones is talking about what he did or what he going to do, and that he got a $9 billion facility, or if his team worth $9 billion and his facility, his team worth $9 billion and his facility worth $3.5 billion, and his play pad that he was talking about where he work out at, where the Cowboys work out at, worth $2.5 billion. That don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. That shouldn't be Micah Parsons' problem. All he's saying is, hey, deliver the same energy. Since Parsons been here, we won 12 or more games. He don't know what y'all talking about with the 8-8s. He don't know how that feels. That's not his problem. Since Parsons been here, we won 12 or more games. So you can't judge that man about what happened in the past. Let him speak his mind.
But to criticize Dak and his play, to criticize the team, that is totally allowed. And Micah, because you got your podcast, I get it. You want to talk? That's great. After the 49ers game, you're talking about like, oh, if they want to make this personal, if they want to make it was personal. They beat you.
She do got a point on that. She got a point on that.
Your ass.
Yeah, they got a point on that.
Like, you got to understand there's like.
So what he supposed to do? Hush now? Yeah, he got beat down. Yeah, the team lost. But from historical data, he's looking at this like, yeah. But ever since I've been on the team, we won 12 or more games. You can't castrate me. You can't chop my eyes off. No, I'm gonna spit my mind. I'm gonna protect my quarterback. Y'all are not finna pile on my quarterback. That's what he said. I want the same energy. And they get mad about it. Villain activity is raised up to the highest level now. You know the great thing about when you hear this purging sound? That movie had the great and the right concept of it. Anybody can get it. So don't get into your feelings, Kimberly, when he called you out for your weak analysis. Because the man was speaking his mind. And somehow, for those who are out there that don't understand, the dog that get hit with the brick yelps. And right now, she yelping.
There's expectations and a context, and just because you don't like it doesn't make it any less true.
I would say that, so real quickly, I think I'll take back that Fred Warner's better than Micah Parsons. I think they're both elite at their positions.
You better. now lean forward. Lean forward right here. Come on.
Okay, I don't necessarily agree that the expectations in Dallas are different than they are in a Philadelphia or a St. One of the reasons is really good football team. So the expectations for all the really good teams in the NFL are pretty similar. I think the attention that those expectations get are different. That's just the reality. Too much is given, much is expected. That's just the reality of what playing for a very good football team that is the by far most popular football team is. It is very clear there's a line drawn when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. You either love the Dallas Cowboys or you hate the Dallas Cowboys. There is no in between. Part of that, Micah, is because you guys were on television for the last 50 years every Sunday. Everybody was
and
in Dallas.
every Thanksgiving.
So are the Lions. So are the Lions. The 49ers got 5 rings. Y'all act like Cowboys are on a team with 5 of them. There are teams with more. The Steelers got 6 of them. The New England Patriots got 6 of them.
That is a unfortunate reality, but also a fortunate reality for the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't know if it's necessarily like it's unfair expectations. It's just that the attention that those expectations get are a little bit different. And the second thing I would say is this. It is our job to criticize everybody. But when...
That's what he's saying. That is what my guy is saying. Criticize everyone. Don't cherry pick. And he called them out, and now they mad. Oh, why you? That's all he said. They mad because they called him out. He called them people out. That's why they mad.
The fan base is as big and as passionate as it is. We are going to talk about the Cowboys more than we are going to talk about other teams. That's just the nature of the business that we are in. That doesn't mean that it's fair. It's just the nature of the business.
Like,
So when the bully gets bullied, they cry and say, hey, we just criticize y'all because of y'all fans. We just make up stories because of y'all fans. We just change the narrative because of your fans. Liberation is here. And it don't have to be that way. But Parsons is saying that I'm doing this because it's my duty to do this, to protect my team, to not allow people to sully and denigrate my team. I'm standing my ground. Maybe other players in the back will say that, hey, you know, I get it. I'm just going to lay down and let them walk all over me. But it's a time out for that stuff. Sometimes you just got to make the stand. I'm not getting to the back of the bus. I'm not going to get to the back of the bus. I'm going to sit on the front of the bus. And you can scoff and spit at me. You can say I don't belong there. And you can say that's how the world is. That's just how it goes. That's how it's supposed to be. Or you can make a stand. Or you can make that stance. One of my favorite movies is this right here. It's two opposing forces. Two opposing forces. One by the name of Charles Xavier and one by the name of Magneto. One viewed it as, let's join with them. Let's be humble. Let's go with the flow. Magneto was more of like, nah, let's start a revolution. Let's fight for ours. Let's go to the edge of the earth for ours. Let's not smother and hide your potentials. Let's not close your mouth when it's time to speak out on what's right. And he said that they wish to cure us. They look at us as we are the bad ones. They look at us as we are the delusional ones. They look at us after a loss, that they laugh at us, that they free to pick at us. They are free to talk bad about us. They are free to say that we got trash players, to say that our players are not worthy, to say that our players are not eligible to win it at any cost. But when there's liberation, when there's freedom to speak your mind,
they wish to cure us, but I say to you, we are the cure. The cure for that infirm, imperfect condition called Homo sapiens.
Get him, Magneto!
They have their weapons. We have ours.
We have ours.
We will strike with a vengeance.
Yeah!
Fury that this world has never witnessed.
Let's go!
And if any mutants stand in our way, we will use this poison against them. We shall go to Alcatraz Island. Take control of the cure. Take
control, baby. Yes, indeed. It's not fun when the rabbit got the gun. They want to tell y'all to not wear your silver and blue. They want to tell you don't walk around with the star on your head. They want to tell you not to be real diehard fans. They want us fighting against each other.
Why would you want to run from the smoke?
Hello, come on with it, D.
Why would you want to run from the smoke? You embrace it. I would, honestly, I would have loved to play for the Cowboys too.
Micah Parsons, in all seriousness, because, listen, every time, we see each other a few times a year, I got a lot of love for him. yo, you're one of the elite young talents in this game.
Yep.
Don't run away from the media. Don't do that.
Who said he was running? Who said he was running? He told y'all where y'all can find me. He told y'all where y'all can find him. He told y'all where y'all can find him. He ain't running.
Don't sit up there and say, well, I got nothing to say because you know what? Y'all didn't bring the same smoke to other teams that y'all brought to us. Well, they ain't you. They ain't your fan base. Rats, roaches, and Cowboy fans. I keep telling everybody, nuclear bomb drop, you'll find one of the three. Why? Because they're everywhere, okay? That comes with a price. And by the way, it's a price worth paying because when you win, it pays off exponentially. And when you lose, Jerry Jones still finds a way for it to pay off.
All right. Let me talk.
All right, hear ye. Before Molly get to talking, like I said,
to yourself, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Before Molly get to talking,
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. And as long as there are those that remember what was, there will always be those that are unable to accept what can be. They will resist.
They will resist.
Yep, we're all kinds of stubborn.
They stubborn.
I'm thankful. Because now, I know what I must do.
Parson got to know what he got to do.
Shred this universe down to its last atom. And then, with the stones you've collected for me, create a new one, teeming with life, that knows not what it is lost, but only what it is. You could not.
Parsons is Thanos right now. Thought it was Dak. Parsons got to be Thanos because he's willing to talk. And even though we don't agree with it, we didn't agree with Thanos. But when you start to think about what Thanos was saying, you realize that Thanos, he was just trying to set everything straight. He was trying to equalize everything. He purged the multiverse with a snap of his fingers. Not one Avenger could defeat Thanos by himself. It took a whole gang of them. Just like they ganging up on my guy Parsons right now.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
He ain't lying.
They ganging up on him. All of the 4-letter, the 3-letter networks, they trying to gang up on Thanos over here. Oh, excuse me, Parsons. Technically, Thanos won. They had to do a cheat code to go all the way back in the past. They had to go to the future to go back to the past or something like that. They had to cheat to beat Thanos, and then they even lost dead. You know what I'm saying? After they cheated.
Why are you guys saying that he's running from it? And first of all,
He didn't talk to the
Get him, Molly.
Okay, that's
No,
okay.
he was explaining
I would
why
never
he did it.
ever thought
What that
Yeah.
sound, that sound.
that me
right
and
there,
Molly agree.
So not,
why he ran
so
up.
you're saying he's not, by not speaking in the media, that he's running from.
You don't get to pick
No.
and choose.
No.
As a reporter,
I thought
you do
that's what
not
he was
get to
talking
pick
about.
and choose
It's not about the
when
media,
you
it's
talk
what he
to.
was
Get him,
saying.
Molly!
I thought you were talking about this. Bring the same energy. I thought that's what you're talking
He's
about.
saying that he was upset
Yeah.
after the win
Yeah.
because We didn't hold the 49ers accountable.
Yes, that's what I'm speaking
when they
to.
lost. They didn't lose.
He's right.
I'm saying,
We don't bring the same energy. It's 100% right, Stephen A. We don't bring the same energy when the Eagles lose to the Jets
most
as we
teams
would
don't
with
bring
the
the
Cowboys.
same energy to.
Yes!
Let's go, man! Let's go!
I would never, ever think that me and Molly would have the same thoughts and opinions. You know what I'm saying? And tropes. Yes, indeed. Matter of fact, in honor of Molly, let me see if I can put her up here on the screen. Come on, Molly, get on up here. Let me get on up here. Let me edit you in here on here. You know what I'm saying? Get in on this. Get in on this. You know what I'm saying? Let me put Molly about right here. Oh, wait a minute. That's too close. Yes, indeed. Let's put Molly up here. Yes, indeed. Let's put Molly up here. All right. Come on. This helped the channel algorithm out too, by the way. If the 4-line, 3-line network can do it, I can do it. Come on. Come on.
The Cowboys and their fan
But
base
the
win for
expectations are
everything.
supposed to be even higher
No.
for Philly. He's just pointing out a hypocrisy.
No, it's not.
He's 100%
You're,
right.
You're totally wrong. You're totally wrong. The Philadelphia Eagles, when's the last time the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl?
2017.
Yes, 17.
How about that? When's the last time
They
Dallas
were-
Cowboys won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, you can't use it. You can't use that, Stephen A. Smith, because they just been in the Super Bowl. They supposed to be Super Bowl favorites. They supposed to have a Super Bowl kind of caliber quarterback. They supposed to have a Super Bowl kind of caliber of head coach. Although they lost in the Super Bowl, they supposed to run it back. They supposed to have A.J. Brown. They supposed to have Smitty on the outside. They supposed to have the best offensive line in the National Football League, the best D-line in the league. The best, if you talk to them before the season, they had the best cornerback. Nobody's better than Slay. Oh, man, Bradbury, nobody's better than Bradbury as the second cornerback. Oh, man, they had the best draft pick, Jalen Carter. So when they lose, yes, you're supposed to talk about them. Cowboys winning on Monday night kind of gave them boys a break. By the Cowboys winning, hey, the Eagles now can go into their bird cave or bird nest and hide. Nobody's talking about them. Nobody's giving constructive criticism. Nobody's bringing out the fact that Smitty didn't practice the other day, and hey, he dropped that pass, and all of a sudden they pick up a 34, 35-year-old wide receiver, Julio Jones. But y'all wasting your time talking about the Cowboys on a Thursday. It's a big matchup this weekend. Miami Dolphins versus the doggone Philadelphia Eagles. That should be the lead-off conversation. I'm quite sure that there's millions and millions of people that saw the Super Bowl that want to see how their particular team, the Eagles, match up against the doggone Miami Dolphins. They want to hear comparisons and analysis. They want to hear what about this big rivalry. Jalen Hurts versus Tua. Both Alabama ties, you see? That would have been some good conversational piece. But y'all talking about what Micah Parsons said on his podcast and about keeping that same energy.
Stephen A, that Micah Parsons, it
No, I'm not
wasn't
talking
even
about him.
I hate when you guys hold the history
Well,
against, when you hold the history against Micah Parsons. What happened in the 90s has nothing to do with it.
Yeah!
Micah has no recollection of 1995. It was before he was born. But he has to understand when you put the star on.
If you only knew the power
part
of
of
the
why
dark
there's
side.
so much of
Sister girl, you know Kimberly. Molly is molly whopping you right now with your own take. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame that she is molly whopping you all over the field.
tension around this team. Why people get so frustrated by this team is that they have great rosters and they find ways to still not meet expectations. That is part of the history.
No, ho. But also, little lady Kimberly, they have a great roster and it's part of the history. Well, excuse me. didn't they? Let me pull this up again.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
All right, Molly. I think that we like the ideal of you on the screen, but we got to move you out the way. They were a loaded team in the last 25 to 28 years. The Vikings, oh man, they had Adrian Peterson. They had a whole bunch of people out there. They had a whole bunch of people out there with all unbelievable skill sets and beyond. Let me tell you this, though. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. Let me know if you guys can still see me, because I think the screen is black. Let me know if y'all can still see me. Let me know, because the 49ers, they had also unbelievable talent in the past. Washington, unbelievable talent in the past, these past 25 years. Bills, Cardinals. But let me put up some references. Move her back right here. Who's going to bring up the fact that we had Dave Campo for 3 years? Who going to bring up the fact out of those 25 years, 27 years? Oh, who going to bring up the fact that we only had Bill Parcells for 3.5 seasons? Who's going to bring up the fact that we also have Dave Campo? Oh, I said Dave Campo already. What was the other guy? Oh, Wade Phillips. Coach Wade, who couldn't find a head coaching job for 2.5 years. And then we moved Jason Garrett into all of those years with all of their talent. Just because you have talent, if you don't have the coaching, it won't work. And we can clearly see coaching matters. If you think I'm lying, look at what Miami is doing right now. Same team, same talent, but now they got better coaching. Look what they doing. Call them out, Parsons, and call them out, Molly.
You can't run from that.
Listen,
Go ahead.
There's not other teams that don't.
let me
meet
address Molly.
expectations.
And I'm very serious when I say this.
Go for it.
Go for it.
We're number one.
Yeah.
You, me, any of us.
Yeah.
The attention that we get wouldn't exist if we weren't.
Correct.
It comes with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can sit up there and lament the fact that it may not be fair, but it's our reality.
Okay. And you
It's
never
our reality.
and you never call things out, and you never clap back, because I know for a fact that you do.
But I like to.
Okay, so Micah
No.
Parsons likes to too.
No,
That's his jam. It's not
what-
my jam.
what
It's
he-
yours. It's Micah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's pointing to the fact that other people didn't get the same smoke. That's not what I do. That's not what you do. We accept the smoke that comes with being at the top of the heap.
There you go.
We accept it.
Yeah.
You don't sit up there and whine about it. This is what it is. And you either want it or you don't. That's what it is. Go play for someone else other than the Cowboys. See where that gets you. You know how much money they make in endorsements? You know how many opportunities come their way because
We, in words of Stephen A. Smith, we don't care.
they're wearing that Sonic Hillman. Why do you think Jerry Jones is hard with the negotiations? He's saying, wait a minute, I understand what you bring as a player, but wearing this star, being a part of this franchise, do you have any idea the opportunities that come your way because you represent this franchise?
Of course,
There are
but
benefits that come
guess
with it.
what, Stephen A? Both things can be true.
I never thought that Molly would be able to mollywop them. She's kicking Stephen A. Smith hairline to the front. He don't have her. I hope y'all go back to the clip. Watch it. I promise you. I'm telling you the truth. Stephen A. Smith hairline grew back. It was about right here. And when she finished him, she pulled it all the way back to the 60s. You know what I'm saying? His hairline is saying, now free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, free at last.
There can be hypocrisy, and there can be benefits to playing for the
But
Cowboys.
what makes it hypocritical?
Yeah.
Like, I agree that we
Because we
We pay more attention.
She
don't
getting him
bow
too.
down and we don't dance and do all the things, and they lose to the Jets. We don't do that. In Philly, you could argue the expectations were higher. They were in the Super Bowl
Because
last
Philly's
year.
fan base
So
isn't
he's-
as annoying as the
he's
Cowboys
right.
fan base.
I'm not
He's
dis-
100% right.
I'm not
he has
dis-
a podcast. If he wants to talk about it, talk about it.
Oh,
Get
I'm
it.
not disagreeing with
Get
his
it.
right. But I went on Monday and said I hadn't seen the Eagles' offensive line get whooped like that ever. That's if you can say I can't say that about the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, but I can say it about Philly. I had said that I haven't seen the San Francisco offensive line get whooped by Cleveland before, or by whooped like the way that Cleveland did to them. So like there's
people were mopping Dak's jersey.
That's wrong.
Woo! All right, enough of that. Boy, I had a great time with all of that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, man. Just refresh your screen and come on back in. If you we still live. It's still live. So just refresh your screen and come on back in here, baby. You know what I'm saying? We still live over here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yes, indeed. Woo, that was great. That was a great show right there, man. Oh my goodness, that was great. We still live. It's still live. You know, they gonna try to do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, boy. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling you, we still live. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, we live. You know, YouTube tried their best to say, hey man, this dude. But my Facebook still rolling the complete thing over there. So just jump over to Facebook, jump back over here. You know what I'm saying? So it is all good. Yeah, I told y'all it was gonna be one of those shows today. But I'm gonna say this collectively. When you are the bad guy, they're gonna want you to fall. They're gonna want you. It doesn't matter. So when they gang up on you and they beat you down, that's okay. That's okay, because that's what we were going to get anyway. We was going to get that anyway, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not all 10 toes down on Molly's shoe. She gonna switch that thing up on the very next episode. You know what I'm saying? So damn if you do, damn if you don't. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. So that's just how it goes. Jameson Taylor, just refresh, come back in. We still live over here. Hey, it is what it is. Get back up. Yes, indeed. Hey, Gina, that's okay. You know, we still live, though. So Rewind gang gonna be really all up in it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Rewind gang. Y'all just have to rewind or go back and all of the parts that y'all missed out on. Just go back and rewind and rewatch it from there. Before I open up the phone lines, I really want to go over some tape, if y'all okay. And this is my film analysis, film breakdown of what all occurred with the Cowboys. Shout out to the Cowboys. Shout out to Rain Dakota Prescott, and then we'll open up the phone lines for y'all. Let's go. Let me know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Yes, indeed. Let's go back. Looking at the Dallas Cowboys and their scoring drive, their first scoring drive, by the way. And we're going to break this down into quarterback, wide receiver, offensive line, and as well as the depth to ratio of where the route is ran. I think on this play, when you look back over everything, we see CeeDee Lamb. He is the motion guy on this play. And if you look at it, it's for spacing. The Chargers are playing zone cover defense. And to me personally, I think the Chargers would be better in a man press type of defense, but that's a story of another day. And CeeDee Lamb is able to get the leverage. He's on the outside. Dak Prescott put the ball right on him. And when we start talking about offensive line, pull trap scheme, you're going to see my guy, 73. He's going to pull to the opposite side of the field, and he's going to make a solid block on 52. We like seeing that, by the way. He's a little late to his hands inside, and he got away with a slight hole right here. You know, Mac won, and Dak Prescott still is able to deliver. And Mac is that dude. So shout out to Khalil Mack, and shout out to my guy, Tyler, getting there. And the aficionado just couldn't see that hole right there. And that's just how things go. We able to get that ball out. And the spacing on the play was pretty good. Dak Prescott went through a progression there, and he knew to go with his guy. He had two guys on his play, 87. He could have hit, but I like the choice of going to CeeDee Lamb. Just trust CeeDee Lamb. and everything else will work out. The play action sucked down the linebackers, and he able to see my guy CeeDee Lamb right here. And if you look back at it, the play action is vital, So even though they're in shotgun, pay attention to these two right here. He's able to get them to suck down on it, and he's able to go through it from here and go through a right progressions here. You can see tight end is open, and as well as the wide receiver. So I like seeing this Cowboy Nation being able to draw down the linebacker and still get ball to your number one target, wide receiver there. All right, so this play right here, shotgun empty. They motion 20 to the right side of the field, and that created an opportunity in the middle of the field. If you pay attention to the way the coverage is drawn out, right? It's all about manipulating the linebackers, getting them out of the sinkhole on cover 1 or cover 2. The middle of the field will be open, and it's all about manipulation and getting that spot. On top of that, when you look at it from another angle, shout out to CeeDee Lamb with the grab. 3 played a very important role on this as well. There's only so many options that a linebacker can do when you have guys inside the slot. As you can see, in the middle of the field, Dak Prescott is able to find that area right there. Why? Because the linebacker had to make his choice. He thought that, as far as the down and out distance, he's had to make a choice here. Either you're going to, allow Cooks to eat, or you're going to allow my guy, CeeDee Lamb. And keep in mind, in the cover 1, you still have the safety help over the top. So my guy, the linebacker, knew that he had help over the top, so he chipped CD and he covered the underneath. If not, if he would have trailed and cover CeeDee Lamb, then you would have had my guy Brandon Cooks wide open. So great ability to read this, Cowboy Nation, and excellent game plan, excellent play calling right here to manipulate the defense for 1 and to capitalize off of it for 2 in the middle of the field. Being able to spread out that defense with that coverage there. Now, this is a play to keep the defense honest, and we're going to circle back to this play once again. As you can see, sometimes you need to have the eye candy. This will allow the defense or force the defense to play honest. And the double motion to the left side of the field or to the right side of the field, and the eye candy there, and go back to my guy with a tunnel here. And he gets some necessary yards there. I like seeing this. I don't like to see it every play, but it's necessary. And if the defense is going to stay in the zone and they're not going to carry, and you see that you have the opportunity that they didn't fan out, then take it. Take what they give you. And this play right here is exactly. So what we did here is we motion a guy, right, to see whether or not anybody trail or carry or follow, and no one did that. So, okay, cool. We know it's a zone situation. All we got to do is get hat on hat, and my guy got the speed and the quickness enough to beat the linebacker to the outside. So we see that. I love seeing, if it's a play that you trust your guys to beat the linebacker to the outside, then you can do that. And we see it just from here, Tony Pollard. The linebacker get washed down inside. I would say if I were to grade any blocking, I would say my guy right here, if he hits him head on, maybe hit the gym a little bit more and stop him instead of letting him run through your body, this play could have been for more yards. Bam, hat on hat, but he get washed out of there, and that's okay. Pollard still is good enough to get there. And my guy, all Pollard have to do is just stay to the outside, but he cuts back inside. And if I wish Tyron, he's a big dude, if he was a little bit faster, if he was about 2 years younger, 3 years younger, man, this could have been a house call, right? Nevertheless, Pollard bounces back into the inside. I want Pollard to stay to the outside. Stay to the outside. Don't cut back inside. Trust your blocks. You got a lane in the alleyway here. And my guy took the wrong leverage anyway. He cut inside, and he makes the tackle here. So, nevertheless, we will all take the first down. All right, so this is an inside run. And we see we got hat on blockers, what have you. and Pollard gets the dirty yards there to move the change. I love positive yards, and the Cowboys were able to do just that. When we start talking about power backs, with this type of lane, you want a punisher, someone to make them pay. And Pollard, he squeezes in there. He'll give you that, but it's not going to be the punishing type of runs. And I like Pollard run, but I prefer bruising back down inside on these type of plays, and I prefer Pollard bouncing it to the outside. But beggars can't be choosers here. Get the yard, get those dirty yards, move the chain, and we can't complain. Good hat-on-hat from our blockers. They motion 3 to the right side of the field to the bunch formation. And Dak Prescott just a little too tall to Michael Gallup on this play. And when we look at everything, the play was drawn out pretty well. We had the coverage that we was looking for. They bit the eye candy. We know that there's some type of variations of man, and we throw it and just a little too tall for Michael Gallup. He would love to have that play back a little bit. The pocket was clean. The blocks up front was there, and just climb the pocket, take your time with that throw, because 13 beat 43 on that play. 13 beat them, and you really have no pressure to the left side. So climb the pocket, take your time. The safety is on the other side of the hash, right? That's not Ed Reed over there, nor Earl Thomas. You can take your time with this throw and get it out there. Let's see if we can find an angle of Gallup right here. Watch this. Yeah. Here's where Gallup uses and abuses the DB here. In the DB, if you're reaching, he's teaching. He got the lead on him, got a step on him. And right here, let's see what Dak Prescott is doing. 1, 2, 3, 3-step drop. Just too much on it. You don't have to force it. That safety is on the other side of the hash here. Just get it in there. Look them off and get it in there. It's a 3-step, predetermined read right here. Predetermined play for Gallup. It's not on rhythm with him, not on the same page. Overthrows him. We would love to have that play back. Of course, we still score on this drive, so that's why you can't knock the grade entirely. But this one was right here. Should have been on the money. And unfortunately, it's an incomplete pass. Ball too high. Shout out to Gallup for abusing the DB there, having him to reach and try to grab something. He had to step on him, just climb the pocket, get that ball in there. It would have been a sure score, by the way, if he didn't, if he was able to corral the ball and bring it in. So here's what I look at it when you're talking about positive plays, right, with your legs. This play right here, you see that Dak Prescott goes through his progressions. I would say he had Cooks to the left side of the field, right, and all he had to do is manipulate the safety here, and he was able to do that. It was a corner inside slot corner blitz. Dak Prescott, 23 picks it up, 77 cleans it up, and he just got to climb the pocket, trust what he sees right here, and fire off that ball right now, right, to my guy Cooks. One thing I would say from this play, I don't mind at all the quarterback giving us positive plays off of this and going through, hey, I'm going to get this first down regardless. It may be a busted read right here on me, but I'm going to get positive yards out of it. I'm glad that in the West Coast principle, right, in the West Coast offense, 1, 2, 3, ball, go ahead and be out. You know what I'm saying? But that's big trust, and those are things that far as levels of trust and progressions and things like that. I know this dude don't have an option route. We know that this is a corner. So you see my guy right here, he got a post route right here. 1, 2, 3. He just didn't trust it, right? And he get the positive yards off of it. We can't be mad at that, right? All right, so when we look back at this play from another angle, okay, so that wasn't his first read. So when we look back at his progressions here, Cooks wasn't his first read, so we scrapped what I just said. His read was from right to left, and his read was from right to left. And his number one read off of this play is CeeDee Lamb. It's a 3-step drop from shotgun. 1, 2, 3, and there his read go. 1, 2, 3. He got off of it. CeeDee was open. He got off of it. CeeDee Lamb was open from the jump. They playing off coverage. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. He's off of it. The linebacker can jump down on it. He's eyeing. He's sitting in zone. And he just tucks it and run. Cooks was his last read on that progression. Think about it. Every quarterback reads from high to low, right? And they go through their progressions, and that's got to be within 3 seconds, right? So we snap the ball. It's a 3-step. He gazing, and he don't like that because of the linebacker, and he takes it and tuck it and run. We can't get mad at that. That's positive yards. Hindsight is 20/20, right? Maybe when we look at that same coverage and that same defense, it's all about manipulating the safety, of course. Maybe, just maybe, we can look at Cooks off of that play. Objectively speaking, give me the yards. Give me the yards, fight for the first down, live to fight another day. I'm not going to get mad at it. All right, so the emotion is a keep. The eye candy was my guy. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott holds on to the ball and runs it in for an 18-yard scamper. Overall, on this scoring drive, I would give it a B to a B+. I think that there are some things that the Cowboys are working on. Overall, it's a scoring drive. They were able to put 7 points on the field there. There are some things that we will look at from a schematics and say, yeah, the Cowboys, can they be better? Yes. Yes. But overall, when you look back at everything, I just think continuity plays a major role in this, and let's continue to figure out ways that how we can get better on offense. The drive looks pretty good. It don't have to be what most people think it should be. All the Cowboys got to do is just continue to execute their plays, and everything will work its way out. I think timing and everything like that will come together. Should we do X, Y, and Z things down the line? Yes. As we dive more and more into the film, you will see, hey, the things that most people complaining about, it's not that bad. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt at all. Appreciate y'all, man. That film will be out shortly on the YouTube page. And there are some things we got to clean up from a cosmetic aspect of it. But then again, the Dallas Cowboys, they got the bye week. Yeah, for what Coach Marv said with the pull traps, we've seen a lot of that. We looked at over 7 hours of film, just looking at how this team go through its progressions, how this team offensive line is working. We look at all of those things, and I would tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be okay. We just got to execute some plays. It's not as bad as what most people think. The O-line will get better. Dak Prescott, he got to get better too, right? And I think that if we start to look at it and say, all right, Gallup, Cooks, and then my bad, I keep calling Gallup. CeeDee Lamb, Cooks, and then Gallup. Then they'll be better. Or my guy CeeDee Lamb, Cooks, and then give little guy Turpin a little bit more play at it, and as well as the Jalen Tolbert a little bit more play at it. You know, Jalen Tolbert he do kind of whiff on a few blocks as we look back at it. You know, but he's still young, his second year. So hopefully, man, all of that will work its way out. Far as the run game, we press down when we get inside. I would love for us to bounce it more on the outside, and then when we do run inside runs, whether it be the pull technique, I hope that my guy just trusts his pad levels, keep his shoulders squared, and just go for it. You know, we try to dash to bounce to the outside once we in there, but that could be due to the fact that we just don't have that power. We need a sledgehammer down the stretch, and Cowboys got to figure that out one way or another. All right, we will do some film on some defensive side a little later on, but before we get on up out of here,
call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for line. Keep it super thorough.
657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Let's go. Appreciate y'all, man.
There are 2 participants in the conference.
Jake, you're live. The great. What's good? What's good, bro?
What's happening?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. How you like the villain role, man? You think we should be villains, man? What you feeling, man?
Man, you know what? I love it because I was going to say I was going to be an old dude and be like, "Law, I don't like Micah Parsons' podcast because, he ain't got no rings." But after coming off the final word, and I got my opinions on the final word, I think that Micah Parsons being the villain is a great thing, and it might be a blessing in disguise, Law. I feel that maybe Michael Parsons' podcast could offset some of this, what we call it, political football that we watching here in Dallas, because Parsons going to talk.
He going to talk, but what's going to happen is that people now is not going to be so reckless. And it's going to be even more contagious because somebody else going to say, hey, I want to talk. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to start talking, So when they see it done by one person, then someone else going to jump in and do it as well. And overall, it's going to be a good thing. But old school folks like you and I, we don't like it. But this is a necessary evil right now because who else going to protect this tape?
Yeah, man, because, the 4 little networks, it's sad because you just gave them a gem right now. You have Miami playing against Philly. You have Jalen Hurts versus Tua. They bench you, and they started him. The storyline is gold. Instead, they want to, you know what I'm saying? They bash him. They could hype that game up so much.
Yeah.
But instead, they want to, drag Dak Prescott. And, it's a dang shame. We're talking about sports. They be just, Dak is trash. Like, I bash Dak sometimes, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I got a Dak Prescott jersey in my closet. The reason I bash Dak is because I have high expectations for him and because I know he's better than what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish the politics would really stop. But that final word, like, it showed us that, man, Jerry Jones need to take his hand out that cookie jar.
He ain't going to do it, man.
Oh, my goodness.
He ain't going to do it, man.
Oh, man, he ain't going to do it, dog. It was so sad. But that was a great final word, man. It was so good. I laughed so hard I had to rewind and watch it back a second time this morning, man.
Man, I appreciate that.
You guys laid it down. Hopefully we can get the politics. I don't know. I doubt we're going to get rid of the politics. But I'm with it, man. You know what I'm saying? The evil. How did that thing go? Your hate has made you powerful.
Yes, indeed.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Appreciate you, Jake the Great, man. Thank you, man.
All the time, man. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, man. If they only knew the power, and granted, this is new to us, and he's going to get drugged. Parson going to get drugged out. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about not the drugs that you take. I'm talking about literally somebody dragging him all through the media. You know what I'm saying? And that's what is going to happen, unfortunately. Yeah. But at least he's standing his ground. He's not running away. And I got this, by the way. Trey, you're live from the 901. Talk to me.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. So my first thing, I think his podcast is okay. It's okay. Sometimes I get kind of mad at him because I be like, okay, Michael, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, because he be getting certain teams they props, which ain't nothing wrong with that because I do that. I give, if you a great quarterback, I give you your props, no matter. But what I get upset about, like I saw someone in the comments say, that Ferguson was wide open. That could have been another touchdown. Here's the thing. I don't care what nobody say. The Dallas Cowboys cut up sideways Monday. They did some things that we saw them do 2016. They got us to be number one back then in 2016. Dallas finally done figured it out. No matter what, execute. I don't care how you got to do it, do it. They done figured it out.
Yeah.
And Dak and CD, they got on the same page. And I'm telling y'all, watch this right here, y'all. This gonna be so crazy and so great for the Dallas Cowboys because they finally figured it out, y'all. Y'all don't see it. They finally figured it out. We could have beat the 49ers just like this.
Mm-hmm.
They come with it. You come with it. Bring it. I ain't afraid of nothing. That's why when that game started and that fight started, I said, uh-oh, this finna be just like the 49er game was with this bullying. You trying to bully us? You're not going to bully us, baby. We ain't no clowns. We got this. And did you see what the guy do a flip at the end of the game when they kneel? Did you see him do a backwards flip?
Nah, I didn't see Turpin did that.
No. This was number 83. Whoever number 83 is.
Oh, okay,
Jalen
Brooks.
Him up. He did.
That tall brother did a backward flip.
He did a backwards flip.
I'm gonna go back and watch.
When Dak kneel down and shot. I sent it to you today. I sent it to your inbox. So watch it on TikTok.
On TikTok.
Go in there and watch it.
All right, I'm gonna watch it.
He did a backwards flip. I said, okay then, Tyreek Hill. Okay,
that brother
Tyreek.
athletic, because if it's 83 and that's Jalen Brooks, that dude about 6'5". I can't wait to go see that.
I promise you.
I'm gonna look
soon as they got through, the whole team turned around and looked back, and he did a backwards flip. I said, oh, my God. No, he did not. I sent it to you. You'll see it when you open it up.
No doubt. I appreciate you for calling in. Let me hear
Thank
you say.
Keep doing what you're doing. How about them Cowboys?
Yes, indeed. That's Trey. Appreciate her. All right. Boom.
The conference has been locked.
Appreciate y'all, man. I got VIP. You're live on the nation. Talk to me.
Lord VIP, baby.
Yes, indeed.
Lord,
what's good with you, bro?
Lord, first of all, let me say this. I know I haven't talked to you since we took that L, because I'm a different type of animal. I'm like Micah. I can't just digest L's well. So I can't get on here.
You don't heal like Wolverine.
No, I don't got that healing power, Lord.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lord. Honestly, like, respectfully, I had to work with a San Francisco guy this whole week.
Oh, wow.
Leading up to the game and then after the game, Lord. So I think he thought after the game that I wasn't going to show up with my Cowboys paraphernalia like I'm one of these other fans going to run and hide.
Yeah.
But I found myself, Lord, telling him, look, they lost the game. Do you want to take an L? So, Lord, I had to calm down, Lord.
I feel you, man. I feel you, bro. What you got, man? What you got for the show, bro?
First of all, let me say this about my Lion. I like the Lion playing the bad guy. I think, if you don't know, Michael Jordan used to just make up stuff up against other players and other teams just to get that fire underneath his belly.
Yep.
And if you don't know, you remember our great tackle that we had, Eric Williams? You remember the beast Eric Williams we had, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what he used to do as motivation? He used to wear the opposing team's hat the whole week.
Damn.
The whole week during practice, Eric would wear the opposing team hat to get everybody in that mindset. So now everybody has that mindset like, yeah, I see it. I taste it. Let's go. What I see with my Cowboys is sometimes we get too high on that horse and we start looking at those 4-letter, 3-letters, and quicker letter networks and believing that hype, and we go into the game with a mental game plan of we already won. You got to play every game out. You got to play every down out. And what we didn't do against San Fran and what we did against the Chargers was execute our game plan. And I've been screaming about Bell for how long, Law?
Yeah,
since he was drafted, right?
Well, since he walked on the team, because he definitely wasn't drafted, man. One more point, VIP, because I gotta go in a few. So one more point.
I know you gotta go, Law. My last point is this, Law. Have faith.
Yeah.
Have faith that the rest of because we're at the halfway point now.
Right.
So I need our Cowboy Nation to have faith. I don't want y'all calling in on the fence no more. Let's just have faith, have confidence in my quarterback, and let's go Cowboys.
Let's go, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. That's my guy, VIP. All right, let me give y'all a rundown. I got Darius, I got 929, and then I got Doc. Let's go, Darius. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix, man, from the 214. Talk to me.
What's happening? Just a side note, I'm like, damn, can we please get some This is a side note. Can we please get some new uniforms? If I was a quarterback, I would be on Jerry about Jerry. Damn, can we mix it up a little bit? You know what I'm saying? I got about 3-4 ideas about the uniforms that we could go with. But I heard you call me a contrarian, and just on the contrary, 95% of the things that you say, Law, I agree with. I agree with it. I agree with your assessment on Aaron Scott Jr., LVE, Dan Quinn, Jason Garrett, that we need some to get some free agents in here. I agree with a lot of stuff that you say. It's just that 5% that I called and talked to you about. I completely disagree with you about like some of the stuff that you do.
You disagree with me on Schoonmaker earlier and Mike McCarthy, right? You know. Those are two. And then like the way that you talk sometimes, it's like, who do you feel like is better than that? I know Dak Prescott is good, but I mean, damn, Law. Sometimes you be talking like he's the best quarterback in the NFL. Who do you think is better than Dak Prescott? And we can just leave it to the NFC East.
I ain't gonna go there. I'm not gonna do it. But what I will say, I just completely disagree with you about the Joe Burrow, your assessment on Joe Burrow. Like the reason why Joe Burrow is considered a top quarterback after Pat Mahomes is because his success when it comes to not only the postseason, how he even got in his second year.
Right.
Not only did he, in his second year, he got sacked 9 times.
Okay.
9 times. Tom Brady not even doing that. Everybody knows Tom Brady's weakness is that pressure from up the middle. Joe Burrow took all of that, and he still won that playoff game.
Is that what's expected of him to do? Was he the number 1 overall draft pick that year?
He was expected to be extremely
he expected to be extremely good. So, and when we look back at his playoff win last year, he went toe-to-toe with Huntley or whatever that kid named in Ravens. If it wasn't for Sam Herbert forcing a fumble and scoop and score, he would have lost. He would have been one and done. So sometimes even a good quarterback like him, or even an elite quarterback like him, he needs a little help. Even if we go back to the year they went to the Super Bowl, it was 4 turnovers that the Cincinnati Bengals forced, in that game to beat the Titans. I'm not saying that, Joe Burrow could have won that game without that, and I'm not discounting that. But what I'm saying is that, hey, as great as he is, and as he been a number 1 draft pick, he haven't lived up to the expectations of winning that Super Bowl so far. He's been in the league for 4 years now, right?
This is what I'm gonna say to all of that.
Talk to me.
In Joe Burrow's second year,
okay.
Not only did he make it to an AFC championship, which his barrier of entry was the hardest.
Yeah.
He had to go through everybody to get there, all the elite quarterbacks. And not only did he did that, but he, in his second year, got his team to the Super Bowl. And what I'm also tell you is, before Joe Burrow got there, the Bengals were nothing. They were known for going to the playoffs and being one and done. Without Joe Burrow, the Bengals would be nothing. That team goes as Joe Burrow goes.
It goes. You know why? You know why they was able to get there too? Because they sucked enough to get there. They sucked enough to get Jamar Chase. They sucked enough to have Joe Mixon. They sucked enough to draft him. The Cowboys in the last 25 to 27 years, we haven't sucked enough, you know what I'm saying, to be able to draft those guys outside of 2016. Let me put pause on that. Outside of 2016, instead of drafting a quarterback then, we drafted a running back, which we can all say, hey, man, outside of golf, he may look good in the Cowboys uniform, but still, give me Ezekiel Elliott, because we didn't see, and we didn't have the chance really to even get Goff or Carson Wentz at that time.
But overall, I had a lot more points, so I'm gonna keep it real short because I know you got to go. But I just had to. I only disagree with 5% of the things that you say. 95% of the stuff that you say, I agree with it. I just don't call and tell you about it. Because what's the point of that?
Hey, what's the point?
That 5%, that 5%, I just got to push back on it.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, you're doing a great service. I love what you're doing. Keep putting your foot on their neck, and we need you. I don't know if you know, but we need you, my guy.
Thank you, man.
The world is on your shoulders. The world is on your shoulders, and you handling it. You handling it well. I appreciate you.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. And in the actuality, you know, a contrarian is a person that look at the stock options and they say, okay, I predict that this price will not go up. You know, even though all of the angles and the historical data shows that it will. So that is the definition of a contrarian, by the way. So there's nothing wrong with being a contrarian because they do balance the universe out or the multiverse out. I got 929 then Swayze. So 929, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, Law? My name's Will. Long time listener, first time caller.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for jumping in.
No problem. I feel like my guy that was hitting you up on Sunday. Law, look at this. I was doing so well without listening to the national media pundits, the 4-letter, crooked letter, 2-letter, 1 eye. And I was listening to you guys. Like I said, Law, I've been listening to you for a long time. From listening to you, I got into Vaj and Okoye and Skywalker Steel. Yeah. And all of us has been saying all year long, hey, stay focused. Do this. They're going to big us up and then tear us down when we play a game.
Yep. Every
How
game.
is it that the Jets get dog walked by us? But nobody says anything about them beating the Eagles. Dak Prescott threw 3 interceptions, and when Micah is calling these guys out, they have no excuses. So, guys, as Cowboy Nations, this is the perfect time. I hope the players listen to you and hear me say this too. This is the perfect time to win the Super Bowl because they hate us. They've always hated us, but they really hate us. They really hate us. And what they going to do now? I don't care about the rest of the season. If we lose a game, it is what it is. I only care about how we lose a game. Let's get to the playoffs. Corporate Omnia, and how about them Cowboys?
How about them? Appreciate you, man, and I thank you so much, man. Hey, let's go. Because
if you only knew the power of the dark side.
If y'all only knew, baby. All right, I got Swayze from the 908. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me. Swayze, the objective analysis cowboy. Swayze, you all right? Swayze. What about Jay-Z? All right, I got ZD, man. You're live from the 817, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, La?
All is well. Can't complain.
All right. Hey, I got 2 things, man, that I took from Micah, you know, and his thoughts on his podcast. Sorry if I'm out of breath right now. I'm working.
Hey, man.
Out here in this,
I feel you, bro.
I'm a delivery driver, but
I feel you.
anyways, I'm gonna take a little 5 minutes. I'm gonna punch in a little break real quick. But anyways, 2 things I took from it was, one, man, I love that he took up for Dak.
Yeah,
I love it, man. That's one thing, man. When you're loyal, if the world's making you out to be, you know, compared as who is the leader of this team,
right?
You or Dak, which one is it?
Yeah.
And you go ahead and you take up for your brother, and then just besides all of that talk, what they talking about, you stand up for him when they trying to put, you know, tear him down with their analysis and their their hatred. You take up for him, man. That speaks volumes to the brotherhood that's going on in that locker room, and I loved it. That's what I took from it. Another thing, man, whenever the you know, after he done, you know, put it all on wax and posted it, gave it to the world, and said you're welcome, man, it shook the whole 4-letter, 3-letter
it did
world up.
Yep.
I'm talking about, man, I love that. To see them all on their shows, just shaking. Just didn't know what to talk about, how to take up for themselves, what to say. You know, I'm just like, I'm laughing the whole time. Like, this dude Micah, man, is later on down the road is gonna be. We're gonna look back and be like, man, this dude impacted the game in more than just one way.
Yeah.
Called out these people up in high places and brought them down to earth.
Right.
And you know, and it's just like I loved it, man. I can't speak highly enough of this dude Micah, but you know what, the reason that I'm able to speak highly of him is because he stays grounded. He's a humble dude, man. He does, you know, I mean, I don't mean to bring spirituality or religion into this, but it says in the Bible somewhere in there, I ain't got to memorize, that whenever you don't exalt yourself, whenever you are just a humble person, you will be exalted.
Yep,
in the eyes of men, in the eyes of God, you will, you know, and that's just what's going on. And you know what, man, that's all I had to say, man. I love talking to you when I get the chance. You know, all eyes are on the Dallas Cowboys all the time, and we know this as fans. The Dallas Cowboys feel this. Ain't no other organization in the NFL felt the way they felt.
Right.
All these years, they can't say it. They can't say they have. These sports analysts can't say that they know what they feel like, and should be ashamed of themselves for talking the way they've talked about them all these years. And I think they need to go ahead and switch it up and shake things up. I mean, of course, you can't keep yourself. They ain't gonna be able to keep themselves from talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, they're gonna talk about us regardless, man, good or bad, and they gonna spit upon us, man. And so when they say, the expectations is high. Well, who's putting the expectations out there? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's supposed to be Super Bowl or bust for all 32 teams or 31 other teams. But for the Cowboys, they're saying is that even with Dave Campo is Super Bowl or bust. Even with Jason Garrett, it was Super Bowl or bust. So you can't have it both ways, because we all do know that just because you have the talent, you also need the coaching. For a prime example, we seeing Mike McDaniels doing wonderful things. Why? Because he's a damn good coach over there in Miami land. They always had the talent. It took coaching to exemplify that. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you, Zay, for calling in. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
let me hear you say it, bro.
You,
let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? That man is at work, man, and he calling in on the nation out there in the heat or the coolness or wherever he may be, and he's spitting his mind over here. I love that. All right, so DOC, you're live, man, from the 210. Get on in.
Hey, what's up there, Law? How you doing? Sorry, just not getting to you, man. I got these medical issues I'm dealing with.
Hey, man, we praying for you, bro. We praying for you.
I just want to say one thing. I'm dealing with this prostate cancer thing, so
I can't stand cancer, man. Keep fighting.
So I've been going in and out these hospitals, these appointments and stuff. But anyway, I just want to comment on my boy Micah Parsons. You know, I listened to what he said, and I agree with everything he said. But what I don't like is all these people that they call out, all of them had an excuse.
Yeah.
You know, and all of them had an excuse. And they're not looking at what Michael Parsons is talking about. He's not talking about the Cowboys being criticized. Like he say, put the same energy in, like when my boy Jalen Hurts, when he lost the other day and threw 3 interceptions and lost a fumble. And if it had been Dak Prescott, they'd still be talking about him right now today.
Yes.
Put the same energy into it. Then they talking about, the Cowboys win. The Cowboys ain't played nobody. Well, let me tell you something. Philadelphia Eagles, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Dallas Cowboys. The 49ers only beat one team with a winning record. That's the Cowboys. The Philadelphia Eagles haven't beat a team with a winning record. Okay? But they constantly talking about the Cowboys ain't played nobody. I don't understand it, you know. It's like, I don't know if you have any kids or not, but it's like when most parents tell their kids, you know, they always tell them to keep that positive energy, keep a positive attitude about life.
Yeah.
You understand? Well,
yeah.
Football players are the same way. When they go in that locker room, they start spring training, whatever it is, they got one goal in mind. We want to get to that Super Bowl. And that's all 32 teams. That's all 1,600 some odd men. Their object is to get to the Super Bowl. And like I said, Super Bowl is not easy to get to, man. You understand? And all these so-called diehard Cowboy fans and these fakers and these haters, hey, man, it pisses me off. I'm going to tell you like that. You understand?
Yeah.
And like I say, these people, you know, Marcus Spears and all them, listen to what Michael is saying. Put the same energy to him. Where they got a few. Oh, well, they didn't have Debo, and they didn't have McCarty, or the Cleveland Browns. Well, the Cleveland Browns didn't have their running back, and didn't have their quarterback. Come on,
Woo! And that's all he's saying. Man. It had nothing to do with the Cowboys and what we doing. All he was saying is basically, hey, PJ, he walked down the field and won that game against the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody out here saying that PJ is better than doggone Brock Purdy, right? But when Brock Purdy do that against us, now he's the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, Brock Purdy owns the doggone Cowboys and he owns Dak. But see, they don't have that on the network. So just because the expectation is high doesn't mean that you beat the players down when they don't achieve the expectations and you make all of this TMZ type of reporting. So that's what Parson is saying, but it went over a lot of people's head. But Molly, she came out and Molly, yes, indeed.
Yeah, they didn't like that either. But she told the truth. Hey,
she told the truth.
Y'all bash Dak too much. But listen, let me tell you something. And I'm gonna cut this off. I have to tell you this. If anybody sit back and compare Dak Prescott record statistics, because we go by statistics. That's what they live off of in all sports. Statistics. You understand? Statistics would make Michael Jordan. Statistics is what make LeBron James. It's statistics. Statistics is what make Patrick Mahomes. Okay? You compare these two quarterbacks, and Dak Prescott is way better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying he's trash. He's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I'm not saying he's not. But Dak is a good quarterback, too. If we go to look at statistically, look at their records right now, statistically, as of 6 games, and compare them and see what's what. Like I say, indeed. He's got 7 interceptions, Dak got 4. He's got 7 touchdowns, Dak got 7 touchdowns. Come on, man. You know, but they still bashing Dak. Like
Appreciate
Michael said,
man.
Put the same energy into all of them. Not just the Cowboys, but all of them. Put the same energy.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, and I'm praying for you.
Okay, thank you, Lord. I appreciate it. But I'm gonna keep that positive attitude and that positive outlook on life, you know, and beat this thing. You understand? Because that's all it is.
Yes.
And keep my prayers and keep my health in the Lord, in the hands of the Lord. You understand?
Yes, indeed.
Don't fight.
Yes, indeed,
okay,
man. I appreciate you.
Lord.
Go Cowboys. Let's go. That's my guy, Doc. Appreciate him. He was the last caller.
Goodbye.
Thank everybody, man, for tuning in for these type of episodes and beyond. It's always a pleasure. Let me go through the super chats and things like that. I appreciate y'all, man, for being 10 toes down with the nation, even though I'm trying to figure out ways, but we had to finish up that film today. So that's why we jumped live a little bit later. So we may have a spillover from me and as well as my guy, my homie, Vach Lombardi, and my guy, A to Z Sports, Scott Walker. So if they're live right now, be sure to check them out and jump in on their pages. But before we rock, J Jack says $2 for the collection plate. Man, appreciate you, man. You preaching. Thank you. D Webb says embrace the hate. Just be great. Yeah, we got to embrace it, D. You know.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Yeah, winning cures it all. You know, even when you are considered a bad one, right? If you win, that cures it, you know. So we consider bad. You know, we got a lot of bad taste in people's mouths. But what I do is I try to bring out the objectivity, and I let people know that, hey, we may be doing bad, but shoot, there's others that's doing bad just as bad as we are. And don't allow them to come over here and mess up your day. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it goes. Jake the Great, Safe Room Energy. Yes, indeed, man. You know, that's what I bring to the table. I thank you for the $1.99 for your mind. Robinson with the $5 super chat. Dak need to be careful. High balls will get a brother chopped in half. Gallup hit the brakes a little. Saw the safety in his peripheral. You know, yeah, I do agree. I'm thinking you talking about the play that we went over. I agree. Dak Prescott is selling the ball a little too high. He need to get the ball a little bit lower. Hopefully, man, down this stretch, he go back, look at tape, see the same thing that we are seeing, and make the necessary adjustments. And know who can jump up and climb the ladder and get it, know who can't, you know, or know who's not willing to do that, you know. That's part of the saying right there, because I'm quite sure if that was Randy, he would have caught it. And I'm talking about Moss. I'm quite sure that if it was the playmaker, he would have figured out a way to catch that one, right? Or if that same play, if it was one of his tight ends, whether it's Jake Ferguson or the tight end in the past, not Schoonmaker, but Schultz, maybe they would have made the adjustments on the ball. But Michael Gallup right now, he's not the guy that's going to go up there and climb those high ladders. You know, he's a man, I ain't finna do that, but I'm going to try. And that's just what it is right now. Dak just got to get the ball lower. It's Dak Prescott's fault, DPF. Robinson says, all I ask, I appreciate you for the $1.99. Sanjay says, during Joe Burrow's run, their defense got turnovers in the last 2 minutes of the game in every playoff game beside the Super Bowl. It could have been a determined factor. And I get it. Here's my take on quarterbacks. I like Joe Burrow. I'll be a fool to say that, hey, man, he's trash and he wouldn't look good in a Cowboys uniform. And I would say to y'all be a fool if y'all think the same, right? I like Trevor Lawrence. You know, I liked him coming out of college or what have you. And we'll be a fool to say the same. Those guys do have pedigree. Those guys are good. You know what I'm saying? Justin Herbert, he's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He'll look good in the Cowboys uniform. But for right now, we got Dak Prescott. Just like in the early 90s or what have you. Jim Kelly, he was good as a quarterback. He played for the Buffalo Bills. We had Troy. Jim Kelly numbers compared to Troy numbers, light years ahead of his, right? But Jim Kelly don't have those playoff wins like my guy Troy. Well, he probably got the playoff win, but he don't have those stats and accolades in the Super Bowl. D. Webb says, go all in 2023, in 2024, and we will live with it. You talking about go all in, like just go ahead and pull some trades and things like that around? We could. You know, we got, 11 more days, 10 more days before we can finalize on the trade, and we should pull the trigger on that. Patrice with the $4.99 for your mind. Appreciate you so much. I thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. We'll give you some 100s right there. Thank you all of y'all for the super chats, and I really appreciate that, you know, how you guys are supporting the nation and these sorts of things. Just want to let y'all know, the Pat Surtain news, that is an account that's trolling y'all, and he's not going to the Eagles, man. Nobody heard of Sam Boston. You know, he don't have a true backing or trustworthy sources. So understand that right now, right around trade season, it will be the lying season. So you'll hear a lot of people lying about, hey, my sources told me, or my sources told this, and hey, he's about to move here, he's about to move there. You know, because when you click on it, just trust but verify. Check out the resume. This dude got 279 followers. You know what I'm saying? He made this profile picture just last night. You know what I'm saying? So don't be falling for the wee-woo sauce, ladies and gentlemen. Cowboy Nation, I appreciate y'all so much. We're going to get on up out of here. In the words of Uncle Charles, hey, it's any given Sunday. It's any given Sunday. But tonight is Thursday night football, and I can't wait.
Sacrifice.
For you guys to jump on in for Thursday Night Football, brought to you by Prize Picks. Do me a huge favor. Hit the information in the description box to check out that information about Prize Picks and beyond, and how we can match up to $100 of your money once you jump on over here with Prize Picks. Appreciate y'all, man. I always like to leave with the final thoughts of this type of conversation. People will try to place you and put you into a box. They will say that this is all who you are. This will all be who the Cowboys will ever be. But in actuality, we control our own destiny. If we got to embrace being the villain, understand that sometimes that got to be the way. Because even where we win, they poke holes at us. Even when we do positive things, they talk bad about us. They smear our names. They use us for ratings, for clicks. They don't really like us unless we bring in them views and clicks and attention. And that's a horrible, horrible relationship. And then they turn it and flip it and say, yeah, I'm cool with the players. They got access to the players. They got access to the owners. And then they take dumps all over us as content creators, as fans. And it's time out for all of that. It's time out for us folding up like wallets and lawn chairs. Let me see some fire in the chat. So now it's time for us to stand our ground. It's time for us to fight for the spot on the bus. They telling Cowboy fans, get to the back. No. They telling Cowboy fans not to fight. Fold up. No. They telling Cowboy fans, you got to enter through the back. Don't go through the front. No. They telling Cowboy fans, don't support and root for your team. I want this relationship to be all crazy, all in. If you don't like the Cowboys like Jada, like Tupac, then I don't want you. You gotta have that type of love for the Cowboys. Y'all know how Jada Pinkett loved Tupac. You gotta have that type of love. And if you don't like the Cowboys like Will Smith loved Jada, I don't want you around here. You got to be crazy about the Cowboys. Don't be wee-wooey. Write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror, woo, of your mind for it, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, or famish, or the fame, or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it. Come on, baby. Yeah, my guy. Shout out to you, DeAndre. Man, appreciate you, man, for the $4.99 for your mind. Let's go.
Damn.
Give me my theme music.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Embrace the dark side, baby. Yes, indeed.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Embrace it, baby. Yeah, baby. Come on, let's get on up out of here, man. One love. Salute. We out. Peace.
I just wanna run it up.
Y'all better love the Cowboys like Jada loved Pac. Come on. And like Will Smith loved Jada. Let's go.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Hey, ho.
Kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna
shout out to y'all. Until next time.
Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Rabbit now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna run it up. count that too, count it up. Lately,
Let me crack your cranium. Let me crack your cranium. Let me crack your cranium.
Too many foes and clones. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. I been really in the field. Let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Pray for rain.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to